Good afternoon, everybody. Great to see everyone. Man, what an amazing year so far. Just the energy's off the hook. If you guys could flip your cameras on so we could see you. Looks like Dave's working out, brother, getting it in. Good to see you. I mean, it looks like you're in the heavens. Your shirt blends into the clouds. Awesome. Good to see everybody. Well, why don't we fire up with a couple of wins for the week of the year, and then we'll get into the mastermind principles. I have an exciting agenda today, so I want to get right into it. Who's got some wins that they would love to share? Lenny?
Yeah, so my win came this morning when I was doing my reading, and it's a phrase that I've said 1,000 times: to you and through you. And it's, for some reason this morning, it just took on a whole different meaning. And I went back to those two calls that we had last night, Brian. By the way, they were both powerful because they were so spontaneous and off the cuff. And to you and through you told me that the group that we're in, the Elite 100, gathers this awareness, but is willing to share and drag up the next person. I mean, it's super powerful. And then when I see the Mindset Masters and TIR, same thing. It just was powerful. One last thing I want to say about that is that everyone participates. I mean, I watched Keaton and Antonio, and of course, it's all led by you and Angie. So thank you. I appreciate you both, but I appreciate this whole family.
Awesome. No, it's really cool to be working with entrepreneurs right at the ground level, all the way up to you guys. And probably every single one of you has been there. I don't know any one of you that hasn't. You're all self-made. I don't know anybody that inherited their wealth here. So it's really cool to see them, because I know that some of them eventually will be here. So yeah, I appreciate you. Our team's amazing. Angie's amazing, and it really is inspiring. So cool, love it. Antonio, what about you, bud?
Hey, what's going on, guys? So I had a win a little bit earlier this morning. One of my buddies, Bill Jennings, I think you know Bill.
Yeah.
Awesome
Yep.
dude. I look forward to hanging out with him in Chicago down the road. But I connected him with another pal, and they just had great synergy. So both of them were raving on both ends of like, I'm really intrigued by their business model. I'm really intrigued by their business model, and thank you, thank you, thank you. It felt really good to be in the middle of that love sandwich, if you will. So I was just happy. I was just happy that friends are kicking ass.
I love it. Yeah, I love connecting people too, whether they're in the matrix or not. I pretty much have somebody for everything, right? And I love just making those connections and seeing people win just from the connection. So I appreciate that as well. Awesome. I'm going to read the mastermind principles myself here so we can keep things moving, because I want to get into today's agenda and content. So it says, I release myself to the mastermind because I am strong when I have others to help me. I believe the combined intelligence of the mastermind creates a wisdom far beyond my own. I understand that I will more easily create positive results in my life when I'm open to looking at myself, my challenges and opportunities from another's point of view. I decide to release my desire totally and trust in the mastermind, and I'm open to accepting new possibilities. I forgive myself for mistakes I've made. I also forgive others who have hurt me in the past, so I can move into the future with a clean slate. I ask the mastermind to hear what I really want, my goals, my dreams and desires, and I hear my mastermind partners supporting me in my fulfillment. I accept. I know, relax, and accept, believing that the working power of this mastermind will respond to my every need. I am grateful knowing this is so. I now have a covenant in which it is agreed that the mastermind shall supply me with an abundance of all things necessary to live a success-filled and happy life. I dedicate myself to be of maximum service to the world and my fellow human beings, to live in a manner that would set the highest example for others to follow, and to remain an open channel of God's will. That's the key phrase there. I go forth with a spirit of enthusiasm, excitement, and expectancy. Awesome. So I want to get right into it. Noah, you probably need screen share, or Meg, one of you guys needs screen share. Which one of you? Meg, let me find you.
Yes, please.
So you guys are about to see the next evolution of the Elite 100 and what we're doing in regards to the portal and connectivity and things of that nature. So Meg's going to pull this up and guide us through a little bit of the next evolution of where we're going.
Yeah, thank you for the intro. I will wait a second because it's very exciting. So first of all, nice to meet you guys. My name's Megan, of course. I am Cyan Len's CTO, or head of technology. So you've met Noah, you've been seeing a lot of him. Hopefully you'll now see quite a bit of me, and I'm excited to be here. So like Brian said, we have a lot to share with you about what the portal looks like. Noah demoed what was coming for you, but we're excited to announce that everything you're going to see today is fully live. So you can log in and create your account today, tomorrow, whenever you want, and try all these features out and try out the new wheel. So I'm going to share with you what the website looks like now, take you through it, and then do a little bit of a focus on the Wheel of Life widget, which is now fully interactable. And then we'll end with either questions or feedback or an overview of what's coming next. Let me share. So if you go to the link, which we'll provide in this call, it's thematrixelite.com. You're first going to be prompted to create your account. This portal is only available to the Elite 100 members, so you'll be approved and you'll get an email when you're approved, allowing you to log in and get started. The first page you're going to see is, of course, the homepage. So this is what the website looks like. We've got a very cool front page, completely tailored to the Matrix Elite. And then we have the tabs here where you can navigate through the website. So I'm going to focus in a little bit on the Elite replays and the different tabs before the Wheel of Life. So once you're here, you can click Elite replays, and this is going to bring you to all of the content from the most recent Elite 100 retreat. So right now we have quite a few different hot seats that you can explore and watch just by clicking the thumbnail. And you'll also be able to see the Elite 100 recap video here and the Team Guido story. The Team Guido story was a really, really cool project. It's one of my personal favorites. So if anybody's interested in getting on the list to create their own story, you can sign up right here just, to get on the wait list. And Cyan Lens will work through creating some high quality story videos there. So the presentations will also be posted here in the next coming weeks as they're completed. If anybody has not sent slides over to Cyan Lens yet that would like their presentation, of course, to be completed, please do that, and we can get it uploaded soon.
So yeah, I'd like to be a little bit more direct with that. For those of you like Chris Patterson and Dave Van Hoos, for those of you that had slides, please get them over, because we want to produce that for you and pair your presentation with your voice. So if you want a nice production of what you did, we got to get your slide decks over to this group here. So maybe you could provide an email or a way for them to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send an email in the chat after the presentation for all the feedback and slides. And of course, the presentations will go front and center here. So yeah, thank you, Brian.
Sure.
Some of the other areas we have here are the gallery I'll talk about. So this is going to house all of the photos from the Elite 100 retreats and events. Right now it has some photos from the past couple, and we'll be uploading the ones from the most recent event here as well. So right now you can open up the pictures into full screen, check them out, share them with social media if you'd like. Eventually we will be creating some features to comment on them or share them to your profile, so that if another user is going to go to your profile, they'll be able to see some of the event pictures and interact.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to see the pictures for individual people appear on their individual pages as we move on.
Yeah, I think it's great, and of course we'll talk a little bit more about our plans, but throughout this whole talk and as you guys are logging into the website, please feel free to send us any feedback and ideas, anything you'd like to see. We want to make sure that the platform and the portal is providing value to you as members and getting as much value that you're getting out of Elite 100 and surfacing everything. So again, we'll send the email after, but there's a couple thumbnails, there's a couple links on the website where you can open up an email just to send us feedback as well.
Okay. Is there a place for these guys to upload the pictures that they have on their phones that we don't have? Because I think there's a lot of pictures you guys have from being out and about and off site that you might want to share with the group. And I would love to have a methodology and a place for them to be able to do that if possible.
Yeah, I think that's it's a great idea. We have these photos come from a Google Drive that Cyan Lens runs. So I think it would be very possible to create a folder where everybody can upload there. And then, maybe we run through an approval or have an area of the page here that just has all the uh, photos taken. Yeah, let me chat with Noah.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. All right, so on that note, I will dive into the Wheel of Life. So there's going to be a couple different interactable versions of the wheel on this website. But the first one is just on this Wheel of Life homepage. So here you can go to just learn about the wheel. You guys are very familiar with it, but just some information about why it's important and why the different key areas of your life you need to be looking at yourself and scoring yourself over time. So here you can hover and expand some of the pies. You'll also be able to see an example of scoring if you'd like to. So that's just a toggle on here to see an example. But the really exciting part is if we scroll down, we can see, try our interactive Wheel of Life to score yourself and see your shape formed in real time. So I'm going to click go now. And this is where you can create your Wheel of Life. So it's very easy to use. You can use the sliders on the left to score yourself, and it's going to interact. It's going to reflect real time what you're scoring. So I'm going to score now. And then I might add some more customization to make it feel like my own by filling the shape and choosing my color. I'll go with dark blue. And once I'm here, I can download the chart and the shape on top of it, or I can download just the shape. And then now that I have that, I'm going to store my scores. So when I do that, it's going to save it to my account in my portal, and I can go back and access the visual at any time from my account page. So I can do that from See My Wheel. So what we'd like to make sure is that at any point you guys are getting a visual of your current wheel, but also that you can see how you've grown over time. So of course we have saved, if you submit multiple times, you'll see the different areas where you might have gotten better or you might have dropped off and you need to put some more attention into it. So right now you'll be able to see your current wheel, and as time goes on, we'll have a timeline area in the account page to show your growth. So there's my wheel here. Yeah, so then again, if you want to create or update, you can just resubmit at any time your scores, and it will be reflected in your account page. So being cautious of time, I think that's everything I want to talk to you about. So we'll send out an email and we'll send out a link to this page. And if you'd like to just start signing up, like I said, we really encourage feedback, but also, there's some badges that you can get if you sign up within our first month, because you guys are all very, you're elite original members. So we'll be,
yeah, to jump in really quick, Megan. There's also membership pages, so everyone will be able to see everybody and have everybody contact information under the membership pages. We're working on this. It's coming to fruition. And because you guys are getting in early, we'll be releasing the Elite OG badge, which is going to be this time only. You guys are going to be the only people that have this badge if you sign up for the next, probably until the next retreat. And then from there, you'll have that badge forever and no one else will get it. This will also be where we put on meeting recaps. So if you ever miss an event or miss a meeting, you'll be able to find those under the replays as well.
Awesome. I love it, guys. Great job. Just absolutely great job. This has been something we've been wanting to work on for a long time. We finally found the team that can pull it off with you guys. So, so what action items do they have? Like when they log in, are they supposed to upload a picture, fill out some info, their bio? Like what do they need to do on their end?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, Noah, you want to take it?
We're working on creating another badge where basically you'll be able to get certain perks once you fill out your profile. So right now we encourage everyone to upload a photo and fill out, your general links to your website, links to your contact information, anything that might be valuable to the group itself, and ways of people that can reach you. Perfect. So if you're creating a new member, just go to my account, fill out the information there, and should be good to go.
Love it, love it. Great job, guys. So more to come. Please, close the knowing doing gap, guys. When you get the email, just jump on there, fill it out. This is where we're going to have a high level of interactivity, knowing what each other's goals are, how can we help, what services you provide. And as we grow this group and then 100 other groups around the world, we'll be using this portal to connect with like-minded people all over the world. So this is just the beginning. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Next, I want to just do a quick little 5-minute pitch here. One of our members in Inner Circle, Jeremy Michelle, has a unique investment opportunity. I've known Jeremy for a while. Antonio's known him longer. Jeremy, I'll let you fill in your last position, but I believe you were CEO of a company that got to about 50 million a year in digital marketing. Absolute like-minded guy, super high integrity, and they're launching a digital marketing company, which he'll give you the 5-minute pitch here. We're gonna have a full-blown investor pitch on Thursday. So this is just to give you a brief summary for those that are interested. Show up Thursday or get the replay. And there's an investment opportunity here, which is both cash flowing and has an exit. So for me, I'm personally going to invest. Not that matters. You got to do your own homework. This is not something that's been around 6 months or 12 months. It's a startup. So there's a risk element to it. But he'll explain all that. So Jeremy, do you need screen share for this, or are you just going to go off the cuff?
Yeah, I had a couple slides I was just going to throw up, if you don't mind.
Let me give you this. And again, this is just a quick informational, just to see if you're interested to show up Thursday at 5 o'clock on the Elite channel.
All right, thanks, Brian. Appreciate that, and I appreciate everybody here today giving me this kind of 5 to 10 minute run really quick. As Brian mentioned, it is a teaser. I'll get into much more detail on Thursday, but a quick intro on me. I am in the Matrix community. I joined about 4 months ago. I'm about 2/3 of the way through TIR, but I am a massive action taker and jump straight into Inner Circle as well, as Brian mentioned, and will soon be a part of Elite 100. And I have to tell you, my experience has it's been incredible. The material has been absolutely life-changing, and I have to say thank you to Antonio, really one, for just kind of pushing me into getting into the material, meeting Brian, the community, and giving me the push that I needed to actually start this marketing agency that Brian had mentioned. So a little bit of background about me. I'll jump to the next slide. So I'm a former Division I football player. I played football at Baylor for a number of years, transferred to Middle Tennessee, had a career-ending injury, and wanted to focus on business. And so while I was still under scholarship, got an MBA and spent the better part of 10 years working in the corporate finance community for Fortune 200 publicly traded companies, as well as what some consider to be the largest company in the world in Saudi Aramco. So I've got a lot of corporate experience to kind of back what I'm doing here, but I started waking up every day and realizing that I just did not like the trajectory that my life was going. I had the money, I had the status, I had the power, but I had no fulfillment. So as a part of that, I knew I wanted to break off and start my own thing. So I started a small independent marketing agency a couple years ago that after about 2 months of operating, close to 3 months, I had a competitor come in and say, look, you're either going to be our biggest competition or we're going to buy you out ahead of time and you're going to come run our company for us. And so I was bought out. At the time, I was living in Birmingham, Alabama. They moved me out to Las Vegas, Nevada, where I live now, where I ran their company. And that agency specialized in growing, building, and monetizing personal brands. And so through that, I was able to develop my network and meet a lot of people, which you'll see on the next slide. But due to a series of what I would consider to be unethical, immoral, and somewhat illegal behavior by the owners of that company, we just didn't have the same vision for what I wanted for the company and what they wanted. So we decided to part ways. But luckily for me, Antonio had already gotten a hold of me and kind of convinced me like, hey, you probably need to do your own thing anyway, because you're bigger and better than what you're doing for that company. So that kind of leads you to where I was up until a couple months ago, where I met Brian, joined the Matrix community, had a handful of one-on-ones with Brian. And he started to see what I was working on, what I was developing in this new agency, and some of the clients that we worked with and will continue to work with as part of what we are building. The company is called Point of View Media. Because of where we are going and what we are trying to accomplish in a short period of time, I am looking for strategic investors and partners looking to diversify in what I would consider to be a very dynamic marketing agency for several reasons that we'll touch on Thursday. But prior to going and doing a round of funding from my personal network, Brian said, well, look, you're in the community. Would you like to talk to the Elite 100 Mastermind? They've seen, everything lines up from a morals, values, ethics, what you're personally doing with TIR and Inner Circle. I would love to give them the first opportunity to take a crack at this first round of funding. So I said 100% absolutely. And so because of that, I'm here today, and we'll have a further presentation on Thursday. But as far as today, I'm going to touch on over the next 2 to 3 minutes kind of who my leadership team is, the caliber of people that we work with, and what's coming up next. So I talked about myself. I'm the CEO of the company. To my right is Max Rosen. He's going to be our Chief Operating Officer. To give you a little bit of background about him, he is an industry thought leader when it comes to all things marketing, sales, funnels, automations through software, community builder, etc. To give you a little bit of background on his pedigree, his brother is an executive at Reddit, which is one of the largest digital platforms across the internet right now. Everybody knows about Reddit, and to be able to tap into that community is huge. To the right of him, and this is kind of the carrot that I'll dangle, is Will Arnett, and he's going to be heading up our business development. Prior to working with us, Will ran business development for a marketing agency that did $100 million a year in revenue out of South Florida, that specialized in only working with auto dealerships, running their social media ad campaigns, as well as their Google campaigns, some TV and some radio marketing as well. So the kind of the carrot dangle there was he was the only person that did business development for that company. And so that represents a huge opportunity for future clients for Point of View Media. That's the leadership at a quick glance. Now, this is kind of our client / influencer network. I want to be very transparent with you guys. I don't typically broadcast this to the public, and that's because everybody knows that in most industries, relationships are everything, and these people don't want us using their name, image, and likeness to go out and sell more business or recruit people to come into the company. So I don't show this to a lot of people. But that said, I am asking you guys to make an investment in my company, and so I think it's important to share with you. Most of the people that you see on this page are one phone call away. If they're not one phone call away, they are a very short 2 phone calls away. One person that's not on here that I will mention, but I can't kind of put there because of what I'll call trademark issues, is Floyd Mayweather. For those of you that aren't overly familiar with the influencer world and where it currently sits, and most of the people that are on this page, most people have heard of Floyd Mayweather being one of the largest boxers and most competitive boxers to ever exist. So as I've mentioned previously, some of these clients will be coming to work with us, and we've got commitments to the tune of about 1.4 million in annual revenue committed through verbal commitments, LOIs, and signed contracts already. And we're looking to scale that really quickly with the auto side, with Will coming in as well. So I did want to say that the combined reach of everybody on this page is over 70 million people, and the industries that they exist in are across the board, from business titans, finance, dancers, musicians, TV personalities, nonprofits, real estate professionals, tattoo artists, photographies, etc. Right? So it's very, very broad, very, very vast, the type of influencers that we work with and can continue to work with. Personally speaking, I'm actually really excited. I don't know if you can see my mouse here, of working with Tim Ballard. He's going to be one of our first clients at Point of View Media. If you don't know who he is, I recommend looking him up. He doesn't advertise this, but he's best friends with Tony Robbins. But what he's doing is God's work. His sole purpose in life is to protect women and children from human trafficking. And he does it through his nonprofit company called Operation Underground Railroad. And that's just a little bit of a side tangent, but I'm passionate about that, and he is as well. And so I am super jacked that he will be one of our first clients. So all that being said, just a quick thank you slide. If this is something that you guys are interested in and want to learn more about, as Brian said, we'll be talking in more detail on Thursday about what we're going to be doing over the next 3 to 5 years. Everything from digging into the numbers, the investment opportunity, distributions, access to services, the services that we will be offering, and then what our exit plan looks like. So as I mentioned, I would love to be able to get this funding done completely through Elite 100, just because I love the matrix. I love the community. I love the people. I look forward to being your peers here shortly in Elite 100 myself. And all that being said, Brian, just thank you for this opportunity, and I'm looking forward to Thursday.
Yeah, thanks for that elevator pitch, guys. And hold all your questions. Please don't ask any questions now. This is just meant to show you something's coming. If you're interested in hearing more, come to Thursday's meeting. It'll be recorded, 5 p.m. Eastern, and you can get all the details. I will say this, this is probably going to be like Phil's movie deal where we have more interest than money available. So looking at like minimum positions and things like that. So I'm pretty sure this is going to fund right out. But thanks for that intro, and hopefully you guys get enough to see that. If you want to check it out, you can come to Thursday. So thanks for that, bud. We'll see you on
Thanks,
Thursday.
Brian.
You're welcome to stay here as well, obviously. All right,
Appreciate
let's switch gears, get back into accountability. I want to keep that moving. And again, when we're doing accountability, it's not a full-blown hot seat. It's just little quick laser coaching, holding you accountable to the goal that you tell us, right? And all knowing each other's goals. And the team is working on producing a live document that'll be on the portal where we can all see each other's goals. And I've always had this vision in the Elite 100 of us having a printable like PDF that you could have on your nightstand, and putting love to everybody's goals occasionally, like sending energy. We all know that energy turns, or consciousness turns energy into form. So us knowing each other's goals and what we do, to me, is another level of intimacy and helping each other get on that path. So why don't we, let's see, Mr. Weedo, what is your current goal and what the hell are you doing about it?
Well, actually some pretty big news, but my current goal, C-type, is 30 million a month.
Okay, that's what I had.
Yeah.
25.
So I think I shared with you guys, a lot of you all, at the Elite Retreat, maybe not everybody, but maybe a select few, but Ivan has asked me to be a founder for Philanthro Investors Florida.
Nice.
And so I'm stepping into that role. I just signed the contract last Wednesday. So that is entirely changing my what I'm doing. But it does open up a lot of doors. For those of you that don't know, Liz and I's background, of course, we're financial advisors. And as financial advisors, you have restrictions, right, in terms of what you can and cannot do. And so that has opened up a lot of things to continue to pursue and evolve my 4% fund, as well as just do some other philanthropic things. Obviously, Philanthro Investors is that. So Dave is helping with some of that. Thank you, Dave. Attending his speaker thing in March. And so that a lot of it's speaking. I'm not regulated just to Florida, but I can, Florida is sort of mine, if you will, as far as the Philanthro Investors stuff. So that's exciting. And I can't speak for Liz, but I know that is we're well on track for that 30 million a month objective. And just work less, make more. I mean, that's not really a C-type goal, but it's just taking that mentality. When I heard Kyle speak, one of the things that stood out to me about just the grind, everyone's doing it, everyone's done it. But the main thing is, with 5 kids, guys, I mean, it's, the people that, mean the most to you get the least of you. I think we're missing the point. So I think it's just really helped me just super laser focus on what we're doing and just really blowing this up. So I'm really super excited. And thank you, of course, Matrix family, for just your love and support and all that. So
awesome. I love it, brother. And yeah, when you get the 4% fund flushed out a little bit more, obviously let us know. We'll get our team to take a look at it and see if we can help there as well.
Awesome.
Congratulations, Greg, and thank you for your trust, amigo.
Thank you, Ivan. We love you. You know that. So, and just this wouldn't have happened, obviously, without the Matrix family, and just getting to know Ivan and just his love and what he represents, obviously, in the world as well. So,
I love it. I love it. Yeah, and we just closed our round too, personally investing in the Origin Clear through Philanthro Investing. So it feels good to obviously have well thought out investments, but to have that element of philanthropy, I love that angle. So Ivan, thank you for that. We're now in your Philanthro Investing family as well.
Yeah, congratulations, Brian. We are going to be improving a lot of the water in the planet with that. It's going to be amazing. I have a little bit over 7 figures invested in Origin Clear personally. I trust the company a lot.
Good, love it. Awesome. Michael Shine, what's up, brother? Really quick, what is your current goal and what are you doing about it? And how can we help?
I have on my goal card, I have 3 goals.
Okay.
$100 million net worth. I have $1 million a month,
Okay.
and 145 pounds in best health and shape of my life, physical
Cool.
shape.
I love it. Well thought out.
Yeah.
I'm just
Although
looking-
after hearing Greg, I think I got to up my game.
No, honestly, it's whatever you want. And when people hear my goal too, it's like, oh my God, but you guys should really, really understand the idea of, what you would love. And, people that want to get to $1 billion, it's like, do you really want that? Because usually you're going to be running multiple companies, C corporations. You're going to have employees. There's going to be, even if other people are doing it, more than likely, there's going to be a tremendous amount of responsibility, and it's going to be a significant part of your life. And, what I find is most people, maybe in this group or something, if you had 20 to 50 million liquid and working for you properly, it allows you to do what you want, where you want, when you want, with who you want. So when you hear other people's goals, don't let that pull you. Just really, the numbers that come to you, they come to you for a reason. They come to you from source, not from the group. So, that being said, it's like I have seen people when they enter into the lead initially, they might be at one thing, and then as we become more aware, it's like more aware. Like getting to $1 million a month is not even hard, right? And
Right.
but you don't
Right.
have to go to like 300 billion unless you want to I want to be more wealthy than Elon Musk. It's like, okay, starts with a thought. So, but just make sure you don't get pulled by other people's dreams, because we all have our own for different reasons.
Exactly.
So let's focus on that $1 million a month, because that's right in front of us, right?
Yeah.
And I know, did you pull the trigger with the letter and exiting your other company from the elite retreat?
Yeah, we had a really good discussion, and it's unwinding. It's not something I would want to leave him, but it's on its way. So
Yeah,
by
you had the
September.
discussion though, yeah?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
How'd
I
it
had
go?
to.
Yeah.
I had
No
this whole
choice.
group saying I couldn't come back on a Tuesday and be like, yeah, I didn't do any of that.
I
That
love
was a neat idea. Fun weekend in Miami. Fuck it.
What how did the conversation go? I'm just curious.
No, it's funny because when I first said that I was going to move to Roatan, I think I mentioned that I was nervous at what my partner's reaction was, and it ended up being really a great conversation. And this was the exact same thing. He was like, if I'm working, we can work something out where your book of business is still going and you can still get some money, which was kind of what Josiah said anyway. And yeah, so it's a good thing, and we got ways to work it. And at the same time, I'm still I'm not retiring because I'm still planning on 3 different title companies. It's just the closing deals and selling is not where I want to be.
See that, Kyle? You taking notes, brother? Getting out of the transactions.
Yeah, exactly.
So it went a lot better than you originally envisioned, huh?
Yeah. So
we can all take a lesson from that, because a lot of times we magnify and we paint the negative picture instead of saying, wait a minute, like this might be a very good thing for all parties. Why don't I paint that picture? If I'm going to paint a picture, why not paint that one?
that's
And
a
it's
great
good lesson
that's a
for
great
all of us.
that's a great lesson. That's because the people, I forgot who said it, but somebody said when I did my hot seat that it may actually be a benefit for him. And as soon as I said it, it was clear that it was a benefit for him, because he's getting the resentment of coming in on Sundays and doing all that stuff. So I was like, it's fine. You can get more money. I don't, this is not where my money's coming from, this law firm. It's coming from the title companies. It's coming from the investments that you've shown me. It's coming from my real estate, and it's also coming from a few other opportunities. So yeah, lots of opportunities that have come from this group, and are just dwarfing the money that I get from this firm. So yeah, it's awesome.
I love it. I'm so proud of you for pulling the trigger on it. Like I said, I think it's good for all of us. That's a real world situation where you really identified as, being a partner in this firm, and like, oh my God, it's going to be horrible if I leave. It's just painting a picture in the wrong direction. So that's good for all of us. So awesome. Love it.
Thank you.
Mr. Patterson, what about you, brother? What's your current goal and how can we help?
So I'm so happy and grateful now that I am lean and fit. I enjoy healthy food. I look amazing with tons of energy. I weigh between 205 and 210 pounds. That's my personal goal. And then business goal is I have a net worth of $100 million. I'm secure financially with passive income for life, time freedom with an inheritance to pass down for generations.
So I have something I want to suggest to you, because the 100 million in net worth is amazing, but it's more of a longer term picture. So I have two goals that are both in alignment, right? 21 billion in net worth and assets by age 60. And then right in front of me is 10 million a month net from multiple sources this year. They're both in harmony, but and this is just a suggestion, you can take it or leave it. But for me, I need to know what's happening, or not need to. I like to know what's happening this year versus 2030, 8 years, 7 years from now, right? It's the same goal, same exact goal, by the way, with a different timeline.
Got it. So it's just reverse engineering the 100 million.
Yeah, what do we do in the next, 2023? Like, what would be on that way? And maybe it's $1 million a month, maybe it's who knows what, but my suggestion would be to come up with something that resonates.
So
moving towards that.
So our corporate goal with Nelson and I is $21 million a year. So,
Okay.
and we got a ways to go to get there, but I think we can work on that to make it more of a palatable monthly goal or an annual goal for sure.
Yeah. What's happening this year across a few different things,
Right.
your coaching business, your other businesses, investments. Like one of the things we do, and I've done it with a lot of you one-on-one, is to really get out of your head all possible revenue streams that you have. I've been doing this with Kyle lately. It's been absolutely impactful, and really, really watching where things are. And then we did a 12-month projection, and it was like, holy shit. Yeah, like this is happening. This is real time, So if you want to get together one-on-one, we can do that, or whatever you want.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. What else did I have for you? Anybody else have any quick advice or reflections on Chris? You did an amazing job at the event, so great job, brother. Love it.
That was more fun. That was more fun for me than it was for you guys, by the way. I enjoyed
awesome.
seeing
A lot of good feedback on that. So a lot of good
I
feedback.
appreciate it. That was a lot of fun.
Mr. Markarian, what about you, brother? What's your current goal, and how have you been tracking towards it?
I'll do the best I can with my voice. I got diagnosed with COVID this morning.
Oh, perfect.
That's all right. That's not going to stop me.
No.
In the cold chill.
Don't reject that. Your body has COVID, but you're fine.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm actually at a point where my goals are being reshifted because one of my business partners and I had a pleasant confrontation. I took what we learned at our elite retreat and what Michael Shine was up to, and I talked to him, and I'm basically at a point where I could buy him out and just do this without that type of involvement. So my goals are a little up in the air and unclear because this all just went down like within the last 48 hours.
Mm-hmm. Well, as far as that changing this is an environmental stimulus, should have nothing to do with changing your goal unless you're increasing it.
Okay.
Right? Because this is just part of an environmental stimulus that's happening now. It has nothing with you holding energy of where you're going. Whether you have this company, don't have it, none of that matters. So
yeah. So my goal was I'm happy and grateful that I'm going to receive $500,000 a month in recurring revenue from multiple streams by June 14th of 2023, which is aggressive. And
well, is it?
It isn't. I just have to raise my level of awareness.
It just is what it is, right?
Because it is what it is.
And remain an open channel of God's will. So if we're saying that number and we're putting that energy out every morning, you will receive new methods, people, places, and things to make it happen. And it can happen really quick.
And the further term plan is $3 million a month by June 14th of 2026.
Yep, I had that one down too. I was just
and also there's a lot of toys in there.
Yeah, perfect. Those are results of the goal. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I would just caution you with words. I mean, you and I are similar, very left brain. So caution you with words, and also all of you, this is a great lesson. We never want to let the environment impact our goal. That's letting the environment control you instead of living from the inside out. We want to get to spirit and project to the universe, this is where I'm going. It's not even a begging like, oh, please God help me. No, it's this is happening. This is what I want. This is where I'm going. We're doing this together. It's a co-creation. My part is to hold the image, 3 million a month, stay in a high vibration and take action. God's part is to put the people, places, things, and circumstances with you to co-create the goal. So this is perfect for everybody. A lot of times you may allow even one of your divisions or companies completely blowing up. Don't allow that to change your goal. It's necessary. God's just creating a void. That's all, for something bigger and better. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. So this is really good. Michael?
I just noticed that some of the other people like Chris and Eric are putting a date on there. So mine was like $1 million a month in passive income. I'm so happy and grateful. Sorry. But do I need to put not need, but is it
Great
better?
question. We get this. This is a question that happens a lot. And the answer is it depends if you're really left-brained or right-brained and what feels good for you. I'm very left-brained. Over the past 12 years, I've learned about spirituality in the right brain. So I put dates on everything because I'm left-brained and more mechanical. So 10 million a month net by the end of 2023, if I get through Q1 and I'm not moving the needle, it tells me I need to adjust the plan, do something. Q2, like, are we moving the needle, right? So my opinion is, let's say if I had 10 million a month net with no date, I could be 99 years old when I hit the 10 million a month and the universe says mission accomplished. That's just the way I look at it. Now, if you're very right-brained and spiritual, you know that the physical doesn't matter and you manifest at will. So like Phil he doesn't put a date. It's just 2 billion. I'm already there. It's a realization. It's already done. So it's really what feels good to you guys. And I don't know if anybody else has an opinion on that. This is just my opinion based on study over time. It's got to be a personal thing and what feels good to you. Dave?
Yeah, I just want to share a quick little story. I remember back in 2007, I read Brian Tracy's Goal Book. And I had, a cigarette boat and it's fast. And I'm like, I want to get a yacht. So I took my goal book out and I carry this little black book around, write my goals down. And I want to buy a yacht. And I go, oh crap, I forgot to put a date. So I want to buy a yacht December 1st, 2007. So long story short, I kept writing it down in my little goal book. And I'm getting ready to speak in Miami. I get a call and I never answer my phone before I speak usually because I'm in a mindset. And I get a call. It's like, oh yeah, Dave, this is Joe from the Galati's yacht dealership. I got a 50-foot Sunseeker Superhawk yacht, a couple $1 million I can give you for half price. Nice. So I literally in real estate, put under contract. I said, send it over. I'll sign a contract, do my due diligence. So within a couple seconds, I signed it, went back, and it was a badass deal. So now I'm trying to get the financing and to buy a yacht, you got to prove that you can drive it. And I went from a cigarette boat to that to like, no way, no insurance is going to let you do it. So I kept writing it down. And I was in Costa Rica doing my mastermind. I get a call. I was like, dude, you got the boat. So I'll never forget. Imagine this. I'm sitting in there signing the paperwork. Dave Van Hoos, December 1st, 2007.
Wow.
Exact date.
So yeah, it worked. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So like I said, for me, I put dates on things, but I know some people that are manifesting at a very high level that don't. So I wouldn't get too wound up about it. But I've heard a lot of stories like that. And like I said, for me, it's just a gauge because if I'm moving the needle and the time, our timeline is progressing and it's not moving, then maybe it's just more spiritual connection. It might not even be changing anything except for tapping into source more. That could be it. So who knows? So,
well, what I also found out too is that when you raise your vibrational frequency, the manifestations happen instantaneously. So when I was with my spiritual guru or my spiritual teachers, manifestation can happen instantaneously. So obviously for yourself looking into how can you raise your vibrational frequency? And I was vegetarian for 8 years, no sex for 4 years, and chanting and meditating and what you hear and what you do. So all those things are important because if we're not connected, then manifestation takes a long time. So something to think about. If you're not manifesting quickly, then you better check your frequency.
That's a really good point. Yeah, we can sort of change the timeline or the gestation period by connecting to source more intensely, higher frequency, higher vibration. And we can do that through a whole host of ways, like you said, physical fitness, meditation, a whole bunch of things, getting clarity. So people always ask me, can I compress the timeline? The answer is yes, by getting more in harmony with the natural laws of God and nature. And we do that by ease and common flow and by raising our vibration. So excellent example and excellent advice.
Hey, Brian, I got some really badass resources for the group. Like I've got people that we can measure vibrational frequency, the conscious scale, Hawkins conscious scale to figure out if everybody wants to know where they're at frequency. We can also measure if some blockages or just different things. So I got some really cool, I want to say, spiritual therapists that could benefit the group if we want.
Yeah, maybe that's something we could bring into the next retreat. I'll connect you with Maddie. We'll talk about what those are, but I see a lot of heads nodding on the measuring your frequency thing. So maybe let's chat offline and see what makes sense. And maybe at the next retreat, we can have some cool interactive stations and things. Yeah, awesome. Love it. Love it.
Just a quick,
Michael?
I just want to say, I was talking to Brenda the other day, and we were just saying that just a big win is that we manifested this group. I kept saying to Brenda, I wanted a mastermind. I swear to God, I kept saying mastermind, but it has to be something that's spiritual. And I was listening to Neville Goddard and Louise Hay and all this stuff. And this, I don't know where you guys came from, but I am just so blessed to be a part of this. It's exactly what I wanted. I thought about it and then I forgot about it, and then so thank you.
I love it. And same thing, we're attracting all of you guys too, myself, Maddie, our team. We're intentionally putting energy out to attract the best of the best and like-minded people. So yeah, it's a pleasure to have you in the group, brother. We came from, what did that guy say, is some Hindu or something, and Bob paraphrased it, but they needed to raise like $100 million or something. Where are we going to get this money? Where's it going to come from? And he just said, wherever it is. And it's true, right? We were always here. It's just the frequencies lined up, causes magnetism, and next thing you know, we're on a phone call. So I talked to Ron and Walter today too. They're coming in the group soon. But yeah, great guys.
Hey, Brian, real quick.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. Who is that? Sorry.
It's Kyle. Brian, real quick.
Up,
hey, so on that same notion of manifesting something big, I'm doing a bunch of these like new construction projects, 50 units, 30 units. And I'm like, how the hell am I going to fund all this stuff? Like, this is crazy. Post something on Facebook, anticipating to get a lot of bank financing. Just applied for $60 million at 2.5% financing for 10-year notes. Non-recourse debt, EIN, first lien. It's like out of this world. And there's, we're going to get it. I'm going to get it. So nice. I don't have any question anymore how I'm going to fund these projects. Working on 60 million right off the bat. And he said we could go up to 250 million. So I'm going to go for the 250 and just take it home. Nice. And I've been asking every single day with my goals, like that's what I want to get to. That's the level I want to get to. So it just literally didn't know the guy from a hole in the wall. He texted me in the morning. I was on a Zoom with him at noon, and 6 applications in for 10 million apiece.
Love it, love it. Some of that gypsy magic, brother.
That's what I'll take, whatever the hell it is. I'll take whatever magic that is.
I love it. I love hearing that too. I can't wait to connect and learn more about it. So, and again, if you ever have syndicates or something you want to bring to the group, let's chat. We'll flush it out and see if it makes sense. Cool. Mr. Barnett, what is your current goal and what are you doing to track towards it?
My current goal is, I am so happy and grateful now that we are earning in excess of $7,777,777 per month net by January 7th, 2027, with ease and grace in a calm, confident, heavenly manner.
So a lot of you probably say, especially if you're new, like, what the F is that all about? But think about how specific that is. So that when he does something like that, it hits his subconscious mind very intensely with the frequency. It made all of you smile, by the way. He changed all of your frequencies as he was saying it, right? Words of sound, sound is energy. You literally, all of you, whoop, you were smiling, nodding, like he moved you guys. So if you're wondering why he has that, he obviously has a love with the number 7. But Dan, I would say the same thing to you. What about what's happening this year? Like I would suggest and offer that maybe you look at, and maybe it's 1.7777 or something, but what's
I do have it, 777,777 a month. last year was $77,777 a month, which
you hit, you smoked it.
I hit. Yeah, so I bumped it up the next year. Michelle and I are closing on 2 rental properties next week. So we're moving our real estate investment business to Florida.
Mhm.
So that's one thing that we're doing. We hope to do more of those. We're going to attend Dave Steck's presentation to see
if there's
to better time it. Right. We're still interested in multifamilies, mobile home parks. I have a farm philanthro investing idea that I want to work more with Ivan on and Ian on keeping farm and farmland instead of in houses. And Michelle and I are still have the idea that we want to create long-term mindset for people that have addiction.
Some sort of
addiction issues like sobriety and narcotics and so forth, using TIR and the Alcoholics Anonymous program.
Well, that's similar. I mean, Corbin presented his idea at the Elite, and it's working with foster children that are in the system. They get punted out at age 18, but maybe there's some overlaps there. Maybe this could become one thing. So maybe get with Corbin. Maddie and I are going to help him flush that idea out. Help him. We're going to be on the board and help him do the whole thing. So maybe there is, maybe there isn't. But when we go through that process, we'll have the format for doing what you're looking to do. So very cool.
Amigo.
Oh.
Amigo. Hey, Dan, I need to introduce you to our new CEO for Philanthropy Investors, Mr. Sky Logan. I don't know if you know him or not yet. He has some open spaces for the new onboarding, as I told you, in the email I sent you a few months ago. So we're gonna start exploring farm philanthropy investing, and which will be aligned with food philanthropy investing and so on. But also now that you are sharing this, he was the CEO of one of the top organizations in California for getting people out of drugs and addictions. So when you meet for the farm philanthropy investing with him, you can ask him as many questions as you want from that expertise that he did for 7 years, and very successful. So just so you know. So shoot me an email and I will connect you with him then.
Thank you. That's awesome. That would be great because we sold 4 sober homes, short-term housing, this past year, 2022, and so we're looking to get back and try to help people in a more impactful way.
Beautiful. Yes, I mean he's your guy for the both projects that you just named. I tell you, you will love Sky so much.
Okay, great. I look forward to meeting him, and Michelle too.
Awesome, amigo.
Love it, love it. So guys, when we do the accountability, I think you can see as we go around, there's a lot of teachable moments here, right? It's not just connecting you to your goals. What Michael said, what Lenny said, what Eric said, and even his language. It's like when we hear this stuff, there's lessons for all of us. So I find a lot of value in this. Hopefully you guys do too. Chris Patterson, are you ready for your hot seat next week?
Indubitably.
Okay. So guys, it's the same thing. When there's a hot seat, a lot of times you'll hear advice that you might need because somebody's going deep down their path and their journey. So please make sure to come bring some love next week. Hopefully you get some good value here. One last thing.
Brian, is there a format that I need to follow for the hot seat?
Nope.
Just show up and tell you my problems?
Yep.
Okay, we'll be
You and I
here.
could chat. You and I'll chat a little bit, maybe look at some of the past ones. But yeah, it's very organic, and it's just what are you looking, where are you and what are you looking for help with? And we pour into you. So
got it.
Try to cry a lot. Everybody really likes that.
I got this.
The Project 10K program. Would you want me to bring him back to answer more questions? Do you have everything answered? Where do you guys stand with that? The one that was pitched at the Elite.
I was actually potentially, I'm self-funding 2 softwares right now. So I was kind of digging into it a little bit, potentially taking them to him as a fast track type of thing.
Sure.
But I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not. But yeah.
Let me know. I'll put you on a three-way introduction.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be interested in that too. As you know, I've been on a project for 2.5 years, our software as well.
Is it up and running or?
It's running, it's functional, but we keep hitting walls.
So he may be able to help you and advise, which I'm sure he's happy to do, but their project 10K is specifically from napkin to, but I can hit you up. But I'm talking about, does anybody here need any more clarification or questions? Because this Thursday, I could probably bring him on after Jeremy, if you guys have questions. If not, no big deal, but I just didn't know if anybody had any questions.
It's just a quick question.
Oh, we're frozen in time. Frozen.
Sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Yep.
Just my internet connection is unstable.
No worries.
Hey, just want to know when the money is due.
For the project 10K?
Yeah.
I'll put you on a chat with him, but I think it's going to close out. It's going fast, probably less than 30 days. And again, full transparency, I'm kicking in 100K. Not that it matters, but I like to be very transparent with what I'm doing. And he's also helping us launch our software company, Contact Ninja, which is going to make you guys happy because most of you are investors. So he's coming in to consult with us on that.
Nice.
I just found that a lot of people were confused, like, what's the return? Kyle thought it was 7%. It's more like 118% a year, but it's graduated. So year 1 is nothing because they're building. Year 2 is 8%. Year 3 is like 83%. Year 4 is like 190, and year 5 is like 300. It's a total annualized about 118% if you're just looking for raw numbers on your money, plus the philanthropic or the entrepreneurial part of what they're doing. So,
is there a minimum, right?
What's that?
Is there a minimum?
I don't think there is. I mean, no, I don't think there is. I think it's more about getting the right people. You know, I would say 10K. I mean,
oh yeah, but I mean,
it's not 1,000 probably, but you know, I don't think there is for.
I don't know if it was like 100 or something. That's what I was marking.
For our group, I think it's flexible because they're looking at it as one entity, and we already have, I think, 600K committed from the group.
Got it. Okay.
So, cool. Awesome, everybody. Well, if you're interested in hearing out Jeremy on Thursday, show up. I'll put the link. It'll probably just be my Zoom. We'll record it. We'll get that out to you guys. And until next week, be well. God bless. See you guys soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Welcome.
Thank you, Brian.
Bye, amigos.
Amigos.